Hello everybody, and welcome back to Self Love TV. It's been close to, I guess, 2 weeks now since I uploaded a video on this side of YouTube, but I thought tonight would be a great night to come back and just give you some gentle self-love reminders. Sometimes, like within this reminder, you have to know when you're doing too much, and so you have to pull back a little bit so that you can self-care. And that's what I did, because I have a full plate going on these days, balancing a lot of different things, 2 YouTube channels, a podcast channel, my regular 9-to-5 job, plus working on the launch of my own business. So there's a lot of things that I'm doing outside of just this particular channel. So learning to pace yourself and not feeling like that you are not keeping your commitment because you decide to take a break. It's just like a job that you go to every day. At some point throughout that year, you're going to take you a vacation because you need to slow down and to relax and to focus on you and to self-care and just simply have a good time. Sometimes we feel that we just have to go and go and go, but resting really is really as important as it is being busy and doing things and always pursuing something. Getting plenty of rest is just as important. And I just wanted to give you a couple reminders of that. Another thing I wanted to remind you of is that you are perfect just the way you are. I want to remind you that God never made any mistakes, and that, you know, what you perceive as a flaw could just be something that makes you perfect in His eyes. We often compare, and I've often asked myself over time, who was the person who actually created the scale of what beauty is? As life has progressed and I have aged, I've learned about what true beauty is. And I've met some women who aesthetically was drop dead gorgeous, but the inside of them was so dark and negative that it actually prevented me from actually being able to see, after a while, over time, what that outside looked like. And on the opposite end of that, I've met women whose beauty was so beautiful on the inside that you couldn't help but see it. And whenever they entered a room, they would light up a room because they were so full of magnificent inner beauty. And, you know, I said to myself, if I had to choose, I believe that's what I would want most. I would want the inner beauty versus the outer beauty. Society has taught us that we have to try to please everyone. We're always trying to please our significant other. We want to be competitive with our friends and the market and life, and just being able to achieve certain things in life. So competition is like at the top and the forefront of our minds of how we get somewhere. And oftentimes it can be so cutthroat and inconsiderate and selfish, and we forget about caring and loving others. So I think the older I get, the more I'm aware of what beauty really means, and to be able to have it more here than on the outside. And also in self-caring and self-love, it's important. Another general reminder is that sometimes people will provoke you to anger, and they want to get a rise out of you. They'll do things and throw things in front of you to try to get you to react. And I've learned, and this is something that I think comes with time and practice, but people will try to provoke you to a point of life where you're always upset, you're always angry or arguing with people. And I've often seen some of the people that I love, and I'd be like, just let it go, just let it go, don't argue with them, you know, because at the end of the day, after all of the argument is over and nothing is resolved, the situation is still there and you're still feeling whatever it was that you were feeling. So I have learned, and I'm continually learning, but I think I've progressed very well on learning to pick battles. And sometimes simply losing, if that's what you perceive it as being, I'll go ahead and lose, because my energy and my time is valuable. And I can't waste it on things that brings no value to my life. If I'm not arguing something that's going to bring in kind of value to me, or it's not going to help elevate me to another plateau of life, then it's a pointless argument. In my opinion, it is. So I think everyone should weigh the consequences of what this resolution will be once you complete this argument. And if there's no means to the end of it, maybe someone may say they were a little bit more sarcastic, or their words was a little bit more harsh, or they feel like, they generated laughter. Let them have it. It's of no value, period. So, and gently reminding you of self-love. Self-love is really about every area of your life. It's not just about how you take care of your body. It's your mind. It is your emotions. Those are very important, because if you're not taking care mentally of yourself, loving your mental stability, making sure you have that, your emotional stability, that can very much attack this beauty that you have aesthetically, physically, that people see. I've seen women lose weight. I've seen women lose their hair, and all types of things happening to their skin is bad, because they're stressing and worrying over things that simply don't matter. So when you're focusing on self-love, let's not just think about, how beautiful I can make myself, how I can style my hair or make my makeup look, or the clothes I wear, but let's make sure it's a complete package, that we're working on those things on the inside of us that will be more so what would be the foundation of keeping you in that focus of loving yourself. And that's really important. Stop the comparison. Gentle reminder of looking at someone else's life and feeling that your life is not as good, because a lot of times what we see with the naked eye is not necessarily what's going on the inside. So a lot of times people can fix themselves up to the perception of looking like everything is well put together, and on the inside they could be fragile pieces of glass. So you never know when you're looking at somebody, for no matter what it is, what they have, the big smile they may have on their face. You never know really where they are. So I think that energy could be rerouted to yourself, and making sure you're focusing on making sure those things that you want to work on, those things that you need to rebuild or build up, is where they need to be. Stop focusing on your friends, your family members, and just focus on you. I took what I call a hiatus from Facebook platform. There's a lot of social media platforms out there, but Facebook was one of the platforms that created so much anxiety in me. And over the last 2 weeks, I have been kind of pulling back from that platform, and people have began to notice, because I was a person who was always posting every day, and I actually posted for inspiration a lot. I post a lot of inspirational messages out there that try to uplift people, but I was realizing that also the things that I was seeing was affecting me on the inside. I was seeing a lot of people suffering, a lot of people dying, a lot of negativity, a lot of just bull crap, being posted out there that just compacted together was just weighing on me in my mental space, my emotional space. And I was just like, why do I feel so drained and tired and sad once I've gotten off of this platform? Because it was affecting me in a way that was not benefiting me at all. And ever since I pulled back from that platform, I felt so much better. I felt good about myself. I feel like I can accomplish some things, because I'm not focusing, my mind is not reflecting back to some of the things that I've read. So sometimes eliminating, soft reminder, eliminated those things in your life that drains the life out of you, that causes you to feel anxiety and stress or sadness. Sometimes you need to pull back from those things. And it could also be, just places that you go, people that you spend time with. If you have certain friends or colleagues or people that you run around that can actually drain you or make you feel empty. Sometimes just pulling back a little bit from those particular individuals and take some time out away from that can be very good for you in your mental space, in loving you. That's why it's important to understand what self-love is all about. Oftentimes when we do it, we see a lot of depictions of people taking bubble baths and spa days and shopping and stuff like that, and fixing themselves up. But the root and the core is right inside here, and that's where you should start and work your way out. Because when you do that, each layer is going to become more and more beautiful. So that's important to do. So that is also a gentle reminder. Just want to remind you to just stay focused, because even though things are seemingly getting better, we still have to be mindful of the things that we're doing, the spaces that we're putting ourselves in, and making sure that you're healthy and continuing to eat right, to drink your water, to get plenty of sleep. That's one of the things that I've been doing lately. I've been laying down early and I've been getting a lot of rest, and my body has beginning to react to that, because I used to be up all the time, going to bed 11, 12 o'clock at night, sometimes later depending on what I'm doing, and waking up tired because I have early mornings. I wake up like 5:45 every morning, and I was just tired all the time. No matter what time of day, I'm like, somebody said, "Girl, how you doing?" I'm just tired, even though I could be in a good mood, but I was just tired. And now I'm able to wake up at 5 o'clock and I have energy. Waking up at 5 a.m. and I'm just full of energy. I get up, I have done laundry at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning. Actually, I have cleaned my home. I've washed my dishes and iron clothes for the next couple of days, because I had energy and I was fully awake, ready to start my day. So if that's something that could be a benefit of you, let that be a gentle reminder. So this is just a few things that I wanted to remind you of in self-love that we as women need to be mindful of. We can't measure ourselves up against a man, because sometimes men could actually function on less sleep than we. Our bodies are different, they function different. So it's important that we pay attention to ourselves as women, especially if you are going through menopause or you're approaching that. You could be in the perimenopausal state, which will affect everything from your emotions to your body. It is important to be mindful and to focus on that. So I hope these gentle reminders will help you throughout the course of your week to make sure that you're loving yourself from the inside out. And I want to thank you for tuning in tonight, which is Friday night. And I hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend. I am going to get out this weekend if the weather permits. And I like to actually walk around the community. I hadn't done it in a while. Get my walking back on. Do some stair walks. The gym is back open now, you guys. If you saw my video on Lydia's Live TV, y'all know the roof is open. So I'm gonna get back down on that treadmill. Gotta start slow, work my way back up to where I was, and making sure that I am loving myself from the inside out. So I want to thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Have a fantastic week. Remember, always peace and love. See you soon.